Okay, it's Monday, 10 a.m. We're feeling refreshed. Haven't streamed since last Tuesday or Wednesday. Where we finished the um, uh, gold mining slash gem mining, mineral mining, rock mining model, which was really good. That was like the second or third model I ever built in my life back in 2016 or 17. Um, So today we're going to do a gym or fitness center model upgrade. This is built, I probably built this back 3 years ago maybe, but there's a lot of room for improvement here, especially with, um, you can see the CapEx was equipment, all this stuff in a gym especially is going to have, it's very relevant to have depreciation. So that's going to be a huge upgrade because right now this just has cash. It doesn't have an actual income statement, balance sheet, cash flow statement. So we're going to add all that. We're going to add a cap table. We're going to update the formatting. Um, it's got a nice distribution schedule. The executive summary is pretty good. Uh, but we're gonna do some upgrade. We're gonna move this out. We're gonna make a global control tab. All kinds of stuff to upgrade this. Also this week I'm going to be doing a pricing discount sensitivity. I don't really know how that's going to go. I just came across the idea and um, we'll see, but I'll be streaming that later in the week. So today my plan is to try and get some things formatted, get some things unbroken once I poured in all the logic, format all the tabs, get all the new tabs that we're going to add, and just get everything ready for tomorrow. And then tomorrow we'll do some references. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you want to support me or check out some templates. Go to smarthelping.com. There's tools there for all kinds. There's over 60 startup models with all unique logic. As you know, I'm in the process of upgrading them all. This is number, I think, 13 or 12 that we're on. Um, we're just going to keep going down the line here every week until they're all done. There's also accounting tools, HR tools in Google Sheets and Excel. There's cash flow waterfalls, a lot of real estate specific models. Uh, so if you want to check that out, you can go over to smarthelping.com, check out all these tabs at the top. There's also bulk discounts. You can buy by volume or by category here. So be sure to do that. Um, Now, we're going to pull all of our data from the mobile app model because this was a pretty nice, clean template we can work from where we've already upgraded it. And I can pull my main statements and extra tabs we're going to do. Now, the CapEx is going to be, you know, let's look at this. So, the main question is going to be, do we think it's relevant to add more slots than exist here? I think, there's a building slot if needed, or if you're renting, that's fine too. You can just zero that out. But all these other equipment pieces, you're probably as a gym, you're going to be investing in those up front. So that's, we got 15 slots. You could do these by category, like you buy all your, um, bench machines, all your different machine types. You can do, bulk them as long as they're in the same month of purchase. So you basically can have 15 different tranches, and you put the cost basis, useful life. I think this is enough, and we don't need 46 fields here to make the model useful. So we'll update that. Let me check. There the finished models template goes. So you can buy bulk stuff here. I was trying to show you guys. You can get every template on the site for $9.99. Tons of logic, tons of work that's gone into all these things over the years. Um, but let me do a quick sound check. Make sure everything's looking good. Make sure everything's looking good. Okay, that is fine. Great. So, so if you're starting a gym, you definitely want to plan out um, some things regarding the financing of it. Um, how much you think it's going to cost to buy all the equipment, all your different startup costs. You're going to want to plan out how many members you think you're going to be able to add over time. And actually, I was thinking about this. For a gym, we are going to upgrade this logic as I think about it because you can't just have an unlimited amount of users. Like it's not like a SaaS business. Eventually, you're going to cap. There's some maximum. So, and I'm wondering if there's any logic we can put into what that might be. Um, like max capacity, like because you could maybe have, let's say you have 1,000 members to your gym. They're not all going to come on the same day. Some might come every couple days for a couple hours. So I'm gonna think of some logic to build that shows like literally the absolute maximum capacity a given gym could have, and you could base it on square feet, number of machines, open days per month, hours open per day. But we can't just have this go off into perpetuity. Like here, it goes up to 5,000 members. Well, is that even possible to have 5,000? Obviously, in the current structure that this is set up, you would have to manually update these so that um, the number doesn't get too high. But that's and you'd also update the timing of when you think you'll get it. Um, but I think we need to add some smart intelligence down here about what you think your actual max could be. Because if you update these numbers to something else and you had like 20,000 members, I don't know how relevant or if it's possible to have that many members. Now, I also don't ever recall in my life looking at joining a gym and there's them saying that it's at full capacity. So I don't know if that's a huge problem, but that's probably more of a demand. That's not really a supply side problem. That's probably more of a demand. Like, it's very unlikely that you get to the maximum capacity, and if you do, your things are going really good. But maybe we can put some logic around what the max might be that a gym could support. And it's just going to be an estimate, but I think it's worth putting in. Alrighty. So, or, and the other way I might do this is instead of where is it? Instead of doing a members added per month count that can change each year, I'll probably do a starting count of members, and then that goes up by a monthly rate until you hit some maximum, and then it'll um, zero out. Now remember, there's also some churn going on as well, so it's not just all gain. You've got some members probably canceling over time, so that's going to be factored in. All right. So we're going to add in, let's see, we need 6 tabs for the 3 statement models, monthly and annual. I always mess up the tab coloring on this. It's not efficient. Okay, so we've definitely got to add in income statement, monthly, annual, balance sheet, monthly, balance sheet, annual, and there is a method to what I'm labeling these. It's going to match my import sheet with all the logic. Cash flow statement. I'm going to have CapEx, terminal value, cap table. Where's my debt schedule? That schedule. Startup costs. Okay, here. So here's where I actually had. I basically put this as all the startup costs are equipment. Man, I really don't want to expand the CapEx table. It's 77 here. I guess we will, because that is definitely relevant. So this will actually be transferred over to the new CapEx tab. This is all going away, so we can clear out. Actually, yep, we're gonna clear all this out. This will be the CapEx tab. Remove this image. This is going to be nothing as well. We're going to have a new startup costs tab. So this is what the CapEx is going to be based on. Oh my goodness. Okay. This is just going away. So we delete this. CapEx. This will be startup costs. I mean, we don't even need this here. There's 7. Yeah, we don't even need this. 77 slots. So I'm going to just delete this. We'll just put in. I just need to make a note somewhere. 77 slots. Okay, that'll be a little bit more work, but I guess it's more useful or more usable with more slots for the equipment purchases. So that capex, startup costs, terminal value. What else? Cap table. And I want to put these up front in relevance order. Oh, we're also going to have a global. What? Where's that tab? Oh. Global control. This is now not going to be relevant, and I'll have an instruction video that goes along with this. We don't need this. Is this even the right shade of yellow? Let me see. No, it's not. All right, let's update these colors. That will stay. Startup costs. Cap table is relevant. Then you'll have your revenue assumptions, running cost assumptions. This can go over here, terminal value, and then we'll do executive. Oh no, then we'll do the 3-statement model stuff, and then executive summary distributions. This will be monthly detail, annual detail. We have logic here for building sale, but this is now not relevant because in our CapEx schedule that we import, it will have building logic for to account for building and a sale of that. All right. Do I have all the tabs? Yes. Yep. Cap table, that distributions 1, executive summary. There's a reason why I have a 1 there at the end, because all these tabs need to be spaced, have a space in them, so that they can import the the logic correctly. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's go ahead and port in all of this. So we got our global control first. This is going to have all the high-level timing assumptions of the forecast, name of the company, start year, end month, some stuff about terminal value, any debt, and tax rate if you want to get down to there. A lot of people probably would use these models and zero out the tax rate stuff. But if you want to really see that number, you can. All right, we need, this will be new. Now these startup costs are more like if you're spending money on legal consulting, um, maybe an advertising campaign to launch your company or the new gym, stuff like that that is depreciable, but not equipment or the building. Those will be accounted for in this, which you'll see in a second. This, but we're gonna have to extend it to 77, which will, it'll be a little bit more complicated, but it's okay. Now, honestly, one thing that's going to make that less is about, I don't know, 5 or 6 integrations ago. I added this slicer for yes, no on including terminal value, and that made a lot of this easier to do, especially for the CapEx stuff. So I'm hoping we can just drag down and update a couple of references. If you know, last week's template was much more difficult because it was only an annual basis only, so I had to basically redo all of the references, all of the formulas to match. But I mean, it turned out great because it was fully upgraded, but it was not an easy upgrade to do. This one shouldn't be as difficult. All right, we got startup costs, we got capex, cap table. So this is where you're going to have all your assumptions around if you're issuing shares or basically how you're funding the operation outside of any debt, and if that's coming from owners operators, how much of the company they're getting, or is it coming from um, investors, outside investors, how much of that company are they getting? All of that can be defined here. Also, let me double check. Oh, this is a 10-year. All right. Well, that's makes it a little bit more complicated, so I got to make sure all of this stuff goes out for 10 years. So that's important for some of these new schedules. All right, running costs, that's fine. Revenue, we're going to update possibly terminal value. Let's get that in. This is just assigning, it's showing basically a summary of if you are going to mark on the global control, this says yes, based on some multiple. I think so for gym valuations, the business itself probably would sell based on EBITDA, earnings before interest, tax, depreciation, amortization, basically the cash flow it creates. I don't think it'd really be based on revenue, so we'll do 12-month EBITDA, 12-month EBITDA multiple. and then you'll see how that's distributed between the basically if you have any items that are still depreciating at the sale, you can determine what percentage of this goes to extraordinary income versus what goes to capex. And if everything's fully depreciated, you just put 100% here. It's only relevant for taxes. And if you're not accounting for taxes, then it doesn't matter. You make it 0%, and this number then is no longer relevant. And then it shows basically you've got extra income amount, capex amount. These two are just based on the EBITDA multiple, which will be up here. And then you've got your sale of building, which is just defined here manually. Alrighty, let's get the income statement. You know what I should have done is probably pulled from a model with a 10-year on it. But we're too far into it now. But I do need to keep that in mind. So next time I do have to do a model that's 10-year, we'll probably use the gym membership. Well, no, because it's going to have a bunch of depreciate capex. So I'll have to look back and see if I have a different one. Templates are really like I'm finding just the fact of being able to use this old like these other templates to build these upgrades. They're really valuable for a lot of reasons, especially the three statement model logic, because that's basically relevant for any business. Balance sheet. And finally, the cash flow statement. All right, now we're about to show you how the magic happens with this integration and why we have multiple or tabs with multiple words in the name. Let me just make sure validation one. Okay, I'm pretty sure we got it all. So we don't need this anymore. Now watch what we do. So I'm going to take find and replace. We want to take every single formula that has this reference to the workbook we just imported from, and I want to remove it. And you can see why it's important to have at least a space within each tab name, because when you do this find and replace, it will still have the little whatchamacallit apostrophe, and if the tab name is one word without a space, then Excel doesn't recognize that as something that is an apostrophe, and it'll have an error on import and it just won't work. So we're going to pray here. If we hit find and replace all, and let's hope there's no errors. So here we go. Nice. Wait. Oh, 17. I need to do the whole workbook, not just that sheet. There we go. 12,000 replacements done. All set. No errors. That's great. That's a good sign to start. So now all of this, you can see this is now linked. All these formulas that were linked to the other workbook tabs are now linked to these tabs in this workbook. So that's the fastest way I've found to do integrations, where you need multiple tabs and all this logic connected. All right, so this is awesome. We'll call this company Gym 123 LLC. Okay. Now what actually has to be done is let's format. So CapEx is good, this is good, cap table's good. Revenue, we are going to make some major updates here, but for now, let's just do the formatting conventions. Give everything a light line outline. Oh, not dotted. Okay. Here's our running expenses, which would be ongoing costs to keep the gym open, utilities, administrative staff, maintenance, all this other stuff. And you could define the monthly cost in each of the years as well as the start month of each cost. That schedule, some of this will be, so now the amount is going to be based on what's entered here on the global control. You define the rest of the terms here. So update this date format. Man, it's really a big challenge doing these updates because I want to create new templates and new models for new stuff, but I mean, these updates are something that literally every single startup model I've ever done can benefit from it. And I think, and I'm not increasing the prices at all, I'm just improving the value of all the templates. And I think it's just something worth doing, even though it's going to take forever. And it's preventing me from building new stuff for a bit. And then the exit, so we could do, say, if global control C8 equals yes, then we include this exit month. Otherwise, we go NA here. And now this will define if we pay back the principal on exit or not. This slide, let's just pull it from the other model. I've got it in all these. So debt schedule, this one, we need this first string here. And all this is doing is saying if it's the end month and we are including an exit value, then take the principal and interest for this period, pay it all off, and zero out the loan. So that's what that formula does. Although we need to update. Oh, wait, no, this is good. So I should be able to drag this down, and now end month, everything's paid off, balance goes to zero. This can be updated. Alrighty. Now, question is, what did I want to check? Something. Um, so if we put no here, also it's going to be like 6 whenever I do it. If we put no there, this should just run in. Oh, out the exit to end month. Launch here. Okay, we're at the update validation with this information. Okay, that's 10 years. drop down updated. Years. Okay, this is good. All of these need updated. Oh. Source validation. Okay. Stagger that. So 2022. Let's put these in the actually February, March. Just so it's on the same timeline. So when I check this logic, I can easily see if it's right or not. There we go. All right, we're cooking here. Oh, this has start revenue start month, and I want to preserve this logic. So we're going to cut that out of here and put it in here. And this is just a date selection. First, let's say launch month. Launch. Now let's say revenue start month. Because the year you begin operations, you're not necessarily starting in that first month. So this gives you the granularity of the timing. You can actually say, well, I launched in 2021, but let's say operations actually begin in, let's say, May of 2021 or something. And then I've got all of this. See, this goes now May. So this is already lined up with that. We're going to have to extend this CapEx. We know that. This is fine for now. Let's update the dates on this. And again, my numbers and information in here is just arbitrary. You can put in your own stuff based on your situation. And if you change the launch year here, just remember all your drop downs will probably have to be updated to make sense. All right, well, that's good. So we got all out of this stuff unbroken. Let's see, we can make this reference to here. The reference errors are fine for right now. Let's get these formatted and extended. So I'm gonna have to go out to 120 months. 10 years. Balance sheet. Three, four, five. Okay. Cash flow statement. Three, four, five. All right, we are extended out. These are fine to stay how they are for now. We don't need this. All of this is no longer relevant here. Neither is this. Honestly, all this information is all elsewhere now in better, so oh man, there was a lot of visuals here though. So what I'm gonna do, we're gonna clear this out and actually I'm gonna keep this here just so I can see what these references were. And we're gonna have a new executive summary. So this is gonna be old. And then it doesn't take long to do. That'll be at the end. We'll keep this so we can see the visuals. Do I have other visuals? No, that was it. Okay. So, okay. Well, this is a pretty good start. We've got all the tabs in, imported. Um, let's put this information over here. This data is irrelevant, but we got to go down. So I said 77 slots. So let's do it. Let's make these the same month. So we need 1, 2, 3, and we start here. So 80. If we go to 80, we're good. Some things that have to be updated are that's fine. This has to go down to the bottom. 80. got to move. Let's see. So this happened the last time that we had extended the CapEx schedule, and this is basically, I'm pretty sure, this is where this used to be. So let's see, I think income statements, one place we gotta update. So CapEx, J3 to J18. We're now going down to 80. And then where else we got here? CapEx J82, so that's fine. This number, terminal D10. I knew there was something tricky about doing this CapEx extending the months with all the logic. Well, let's see, where else might it be? Maybe the cash flow. Oh, it's got to be updated. It's got to be updated. Okay. 3 to 80. Sale of stock's always going to be in the first month. Now, where is my reference that's pulling from? Something is pulling from what was here. And I don't know where. Well, we will figure it out here. Don't worry. So something is referencing that, and it shouldn't be. Is it something on here? Let's see. CA income statement. No, 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 no. Nothing here, nothing here. Oh, depreciation. So, dang, we're gonna have to extend this. Gonna have to extend this down. Oh, wait, is that perfect? 79. One off. We gotta go one more. So, then this goes down. What is the heck is going on here? Well, something's wrong because that shouldn't be 0. Oh, wait, it's not here. It starts here. Okay. So that's fine. Uh, what's in I-23? Anything? Nothing's even in here. Oh, it's some dumb reference. I swear I run into this now every single freaking thing. Some reference is running into that middle of the schedule and it shouldn't be. I don't know what it is. Before we drag this down to 112. There's got to be something. Oh man, I have to drag all of this stuff down. Uh, I'm hoping actually this might have been the cause of the issue. I think it might have been. I think it might have been CapEx B80 because it was yeah. Let's hope because it was referencing. Uh, it was being drugged down, but the balance sheet annual hadn't been drugged down yet. So let's hope this was it. $34 to $49. It's now going to go down to $111. Okay, still got an error. CapEx. Balance sheet monthly. Oh, we didn't drag this down yet. This is where our error is because I think we're referencing something here and it's trying to reference the value of the current asset, which doesn't exist yet. So we go down to 94. All right. Now let's pray that worked. I think that's got to be the issue. All right, it was. Ah, well, that was fun. All right, moving on. And this is what happens in financial modeling. You get stuck on something and like you have to figure it out. You can't just not figure it out. So there we go with that. Let's see. Terminal value. We did, yeah, there's no, we can update all that stuff, but at least we know there's no circular reference errors. That's awesome. Got this extended for all the equipment stuff you might need. Now, this puts us in a really good spot for tomorrow, I believe, because now all we have to do is update this based on a monthly detail, get all our references in there. we'll do something with the revenue, but I don't want to do revenue updates here until I get the rest of this done, because this won't really affect the positioning or references of anything that we're adding. Yeah, so we'll start an income statement tomorrow. Just trying to see if, make sure I didn't forget anything for right now. It should be good. Okay, well, we're on track. We'll go again tomorrow at 10 o'clock, probably for another hour. I feel like there's a pretty good shot. Um, I finish tomorrow, and then on Wednesday we'll start on the price discount sensitivity. It's just a general template that will be for any business, not just, you know, we'll see how it actually ends up fitting in, but in general it's not related to this specific template. It's just a new template. Uh, but yeah, good stopping point. I'm glad I figured that out.